We'll start with this one. Anyways, Inazuma 11 is not football. By Senshii. At this point, we have established that. Inazuma 11 is not football. It just isn't. This is like Saiyan kids, but using their feet. Anyways, let's go.
Hi, it's finally time. Inazuma 11, the show where literal 14-year-old kids defy the scientific possibilities of space-time, all for the sake of a singular goal. But still, regardless of the amount of nonsensical nonsense being served to me on a silver platter, Inazuma 11 will always be one of my favorite shows and a certified childhood classic. I love Inazuma 11 more than P. Diddy loves baby oil. I've kept you guys waiting long enough, so let's...
We're never getting over with the baby oil jokes, aren't we? We are never escaping those. We just aren't. The oiled one.
Let's cut the yapping and get straight into the meat and potatoes. Last time on Senshii Ball Z, the GOAT Sean Frost tragically broke down, like 3 other alien teams pulled up, ready to squabble, and Raymond finally managed to defeat Epsilon after the goated pull-up of my glorious king Axel Blaze. So now you're up to date on the lore, let's go ahead and finish the Alias Academy arc. The big 3 clan leaders of Alias Academy decided to hold an emergency meeting after 2 of their teams got packed up by a bunch of 14-year-old Super Saiyans. Fast forward and we get to...
That's very accurate, though. At this point, I mean, look at the hair. Look at the hair. Look at the hair here. And I don't think you can see it, but this guy or girl, I don't know, looks like the daughter of Mr. Popo because of the lips.
To see these guys talking about going home to see their parents. So you mean to tell me this whole time, whilst these prepubescent children were fighting intergalactic warriors, their parents were just at home chilling without a care in the world? I gotta see their parents, bro. That all-star lineup gotta consist of Goku, Endeavor, and Big Mom, because when I was their age, I wasn't even allowed to play GTA. But you gotta remember, this is Inazuma 11, so without even getting a full days of rest, they get nuked by a blue Alias Academy football and get told that if they don't pull up to the football...
This is essentially just an atomic bomb, basically, sooner or later. Because if they can just randomly drop destructive footballs, what else do they have? What other weapons of mass destruction do they have? You got superpower and the only thing they did was play soccer with it. I'd pay a visit to France. Anyways, football with superpower is the best plot ever. True, true.
Frontier Stadium, they were calling airstrikes on every single school in Japan. I am not even surprised anymore. They go to the stadium ready to play another game, and the Diamond Dust team spawns in with Gazelle as their captain. The match begins and they part the pitch like Moses and allow Axel to take a shot, but David Martinez just plucks it out the top corner with 0 effort and then throws the ball from his own goal all the way to...
Why is Frankenstein here? Why is Frankenstein here? Why is Frankenstein here? Genuine question.
Mark, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're in the wrong sport. The Dodgers need a pitcher. He threw that ball like prime Kick Batowski. Mark tries to play out, but it gets intercepted by this Anbu Black Ops agent who hits Eric with a Neymar flick straight into an overhead kick. Say what you will, but this femboy over here can really play football. Eric gets the ball and passes it to his girl, but this black behemoth Naruto runs into a studs up tackle, and if leaving a trail of ice wasn't crazy enough, he engulfs Sue's leg in like a literal block of ice. This gotta be one of Endeavor's secret sons. Sue is injured, which is fair enough, but a mysterious character passes the ball back onto the pitch, and descending from the sky is none other than my sensational GOAT Byron from Zeus Jr. Oh my days. If I tell you the first time me and my brother saw this as kids, I was hyped. They really brought back Dio's disciple as a playable character. Byron pulls up on Raymond and asks Mark if he can join the team, and I'm not gonna lie, it would be completely
I don't know. It would be completely reasonable to not let him join, but for the plot, he needs to join. Better animation story than Blue Lock, not gonna lie. That isn't hard to beat at this point. That isn't hard to beat in general.
Understandable if Mark said no. I mean, Byron was literally caught doping, and when they played against Raymond, he was saying a whole lot of wild stuff.
Your life is nothing. You serve 0 purpose.
Mark being Mark lets Byron join their team, and 10-year-old me was just hyped to see Axel team up with Byron. The game resumes and no one on the team trusts Byron, like they are not passing bro the ball at all, like they're treating him like he's Anthony. Scotty uses his ultimate Beyblade move and passes the ball to Hurley, but because Hurley wasn't on the team when Byron committed those war crimes against Raymond, he decided to give him the ball and let him cook, and cook he does. He uses Zawaldo and time skips past the...
This is so stupid. This is so dumb. Why can't he use that? Why is he an angel? Why can't he stop time or time skip? Bro would give hit a run for his money. What is this? They are Super Saiyans. They have to be.
First two defenders, he comes face to face with Gazelle and does a beautiful 1-2 with Axel, grows his angel wings and charges up an atomic bomb to make it 1-0. I had literal goosebumps watching him score this goal, and to top it,
maybe this is an alternate universe with Dragon Ball Online. Remember, basically in Dragon Ball Online, every human is essentially almost has Saiyan powers because of how genetics work. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe they're all actually Saiyans. Pre-Dragon Ball Online, maybe?
off, he gets a little nonchalant celebration with Axel. This is peak writing. Look at Gazelle, she's straight tweaking. Out here brushing her hair, she must be jealous of Byron's luscious golden locks. The match continues and Arkiji's cousin is still spamming his ice tackle. They knock the ball about and pass it to Gazelle, and you know what? Let me just roll the clip.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way.
Yes, you're seeing this correct. Gazelle posed up mid-game, opens her own domain like she's Satoru Gojo, freezes the ball and hits us with a 360 spinning back heel and sends the ball flying at Mach 10 speed. What in the southern water trap is even going on right now? The entire team is really just waterbending like Prime Katara, and instead of saving the world, they decide to use their powers to play football. I'm flabbergasted. It's now halftime and it's honestly pretty.
It's just so absurd. It just keeps being absurd. It just keeps going on being absurd. This guy could outkick Chuck Norris.
Evenly matched, my goat Sean is still on the bench because he's recovering from PTSD. Gazelle takes another domain expansion guaranteed hit shot and makes it 2-1, but Raymond is not discouraged and they continue to play beautiful tiki-taka Barcelona style football and get the ball to the one and only, who summons his fire stand and makes it 2-2. Gazelle really thought this was gonna be a walk in the park. Like she's really tweaking out like Prime Gohan. The battle continues and everyone is giving 110% of their power, so you already know what time it is. It's time for some bullshit. Mark, Eric and Bobby attempt to charge up the Phoenix special move, but Diamond Dust isn't just gonna stand there and let them get it off. They must have watched Eren versus the Warhammer Titan fight in the dressing room because they intercept Eric and it's now an open goal for Gazelle to land the final blow. But Hurdy, my Black Panther, saves the day with a 2-footed tackle, and as someone who actually plays football, this is low-key crazy. That would probably have gotten him a red card in a real game. For whatever reason,
they're not. Dude, remember, somebody got a yellow card for touching somebody's leg a little bit. But using hands is not an issue, by the way. We're talking about all the powerful kids, but what are the nets made out of? I know what they used. There's only one thing that's that durable. It's Mr. Fantastic. Enough said. Every time now you will see when they shoot, when they kick the ball into the goal, that's a piece of Mr. Fantastic.
They decide to charge up another special move after the last one didn't work, and Mark sprints out of the net again. Diamond Dust cancel the rising rush, but this time Gazelle manages to get a shot off, and I could explain what.
Did I hear that correctly?
Game. For whatever reason, they decide to charge up another special move after the last one didn't work, and Mark sprints out of the net again. Diamond Dust cancel the rising rush, but this time Gazelle manages to get a shot off, and I could explain what.
Is that the name of the move, or is that a Dragon Ball Legends reference? I know what you're playing.
What happens next, but I'm just gonna show you the clip.
I just lost my dog. How my brother taught me how to chase the bag. Get right in the field, I had to make a bag. The day he lost his soul, wish I could take.
You are asking me what the nets are made out of. What are the kids made out of? That's a more important question. If this was not an Inazuma kid, this would, if any other character, the head would have just come clean off. This would have ended up in decapitation. Huh? That's gonna give a headache.
Because Mark was outside of the area, he couldn't use his hands, so he uses his elite head game to put his dome up against the ball and headers it away by growing a whole fist. That whole sentence needs a no diddy. The game ends 2-2 and Mark's head has saved the game. No diddy. But unlike me, the coach wasn't really impressed by Mark's head. Alright, I'll stop. But seriously, when the coach said Mark had to stop being the goalkeeper of Raymond Academy, my heart sank. I fell down to my knees. I was shaken to the core, because what do you mean you're kicking the main character of the team? But turns out this whole time she just meant that she wanted Mark to play in defense and make Darren the team's main goalkeeper so that Mark can freely be a part of the team's offense without leaving an open goal, which is honestly pretty smart. But she could have just worded it differently, man. I was almost getting ready to squabble. Fast forward and we saw the little training arc. We also get to see Kevin again, who's going through some rehab, which was pretty cool. Mark officially becomes number 15 and will be playing as a centre back, and Darren is now the new goalkeeper. We pan over to the big three of aliens who are having an emergency meeting, and Gazelle.
They always keep having an emergency meeting. Also, when is the oldest 14-year-old joining again? Bro needs to recover quickly. Someone read the comic where Spider-Man uses Mr. Fantastic as cobweb fluid. It's pretty much that, but even worse. I know that one where the world keeps falling apart. Yeah, that one. That one where everyone just, not just the entire world, but even people keep falling apart. And he uses Mr. Fantastic to keep them together. That was crazy.
Is getting fried, bro. They were really cooking her for during that game.
Better than you, my shape up better, my car faster, my drip better, my clothes fit better, my hoes better, my tattoos better, I'm stronger than you, my bitch thicker than yours, my guns bigger than yours, nigga, my guns bigger than yours, I talk better than you, I hustle better. The president of Japan is on a FaceTime call with the coach of Raymond Academy, and I'm gonna be honest, leaving the fate of the universe to 14-year-old kids is diabolical. Bro is in a
diabolical? Pegasus? To be fair, from what I can tell, the Japanese government in this one is just straight up useless. They're as useless as the military in Godzilla. Always. Just useless. Bro got kidnapped by aliens. He's useless.
bunker in the White House hiding away whilst he sends these child soldiers to fight E.T. and Ben 10. Surely this violates some sort of law. Like, where's the FBI, the CIA, maybe even the Navy? They really put all their eggs on these little kids like they're Gohan in the Cell Saga. The next few episodes is just more training, so Mark, Bobby and Jude go to Royal Academy to learn the original Up Stop a Bucket Dimension move from episode 1. But just as they finished, they get nuked again. But this time, Gazelle and Bird have teamed up and drafted the best players from Prominence and Diamond Dust to run up the
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. That's gonna be rough. Not football, it's soccer. It's football. It is football. The term football is older than the term soccer. It is football. Rugby isn't football because there is no foot being used. Football. Football. A ball being kicked by a foot. I will not discuss terminology. You do not know what football is. You never knew what football is. You are not European.
match. And if I'm gonna be honest, I'm starting to understand why Nathan, Todd and all them guys left. Because how many teams are there, bro? Like, surely the aliens have realized by now that every time they play against Raymond, they get a literal Zenkai boost. If I was in charge of the alien team, I would quit all this football nonsense and start just nuking random cities, starting with Birmingham and Ohio. That's just me. The match begins and number 7 tackles Tori and Naruto runs towards Bobby, nutmegs him, then Rainbow flicks Jack and passes the ball to Gazelle so she can hit her domain expansion. But because Darren is in goal, it's become too easy for Prominence to score. They kick off the game and pass the ball to Byron so he can use his time leap, but he must have not read the patch notes or something because they really stopped his Zawardo. This guy over here.
Yeah, that one is just too strong. Oh, that one's basically like Goku. You mean soccer? Soccer, my dick.
It gotta be a Joestar, bro, because he didn't counter Byron just once, but twice. Look at him, bro, he's just moving. He takes the ball and passes it to Sukuna, who uses Malevolent Shrine and hits Darren with an Oppenheimer level attack. The firepower these two got is so unfair. They are really just spamming their ultimate on my boy Darren, man. I'm not even sure if a Sensu Bean can save him right now.
Wait a minute, that arm?
Oppenheimer level attack. The firepower these two got is so unfair. They are really just spamming their ultimate on my boy Darren, man. I'm not even sure if a Sensu Bean can.
That arm looks done. Not gonna lie. That arm is done. That arm looks somehow odd. No human can make that posture.
Saving right now. It's officially 10-0 and Marcus finally decided to lock in and use his Ash Cash header technique, but the balls were too strong and it left him laid out on the floor. Aki, stop for real this time. After that sacrifice play by Mark, everyone is fired up and finally sitting forward. But it's like they're playing against Zuko and Katara. If Aokiji's cousin wasn't enough, they really brought Escanon's brother too. How are you even meant to bypass this? But you already know, when Raymond are backed against the corner, the nonchalant dreadhead Jude Sharp always comes in clutch. He ends up finding a weakness in Prominent's team, and to cut a long story short, they basically have zero chemistry. There is no type of green links in this team, so they decide to exploit it for some easy goals using the death zone. Even though they can attack, they are struggling in defense, so this wannabe Beyblade protagonist runs through their entire team and opens up his malevolent
Either Beyblade or Yu-Gi-Oh. Either Beyblade or Yu-Gi-Oh. One of the two.
kitchen, but this time Darren is locked in and wait, hold up. I swear I've seen this somewhere before. Ain't no way Darren was part-time goalkeeper and full-time Truth. I know Edward Eric was foaming out their mouth when he realized Darren was Truth the whole time. Jokes aside though, Darren has finally been able to stop one of their domain expansion shots, and that officially makes him a better goalkeeper than Mark. The second half ends 1-10, and I swear there should be no way they somehow win this game. But then again, this is Inazuma 11 where anything is possible. And I was right to doubt, because they start off the second half and Byron scores 2 god-knows shots, Axel scores a firestorm, Hurley scores with a tsunami boost, Mark, Bobby and Jude hit another death zone, and to take the piss even further, Mark the centre back scores using his header move.
That's horrendous. Imagine somebody uses his telekinetic magic headbutt powers to score a goal. Yeah, at this point I just give up. Even if I'm still in the front, I just give up.
He brought it back to 7-10. What in the FIFA 15 is even going on right now? Gazelle and Burn realize that the only way to beat this power of friendship is to use power of friendship. So they hit a fusion dance and then proceed to pull out some Renala's twin blade sword dance combining fire and ice. Darren didn't even get to bask in their glory and they already broke his Mugen the hand. That means they officially scaled above the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
What the fuck? What is this? What is that? Bro, what if Todoroki's halves were separate? Same energy. These kids are fireproof. They resist mortal blows. They made a ritual in the middle of a football game. They might solo Goku. That's out of the socket his shoulder. Sure. Bro.
Verse. Now that Prominence has stopped being egoists and decided to work together, they have been shutting Raymond down in every single way possible. Byron is literally building up a whole status effect because of how much he's being hit. I gotta respect the hustle. He's doing everything in his power to break through. And just when it seemed like it was gonna work, they get nuked again by Super Saiyan God Goku. Like, what was even the point? Look at the way he went flying. This is diabolical. Xavier tells us that Prominence wasn't supposed to play against Raymond.
What is this? Interruption mid-game! Ref, is this allowed? Yo, somebody get the ref. That is not. How is that allowed? Bro is just pulling up.
And he just comes in and slash TPs them out. What a game. This game was pure hype because we got to see like 15 goals. However, we've officially lost Byron because all them back shots he was taking actually took a toll on his body. But I think Byron's display of manliness may have lit a fire under a certain someone. You guys always say that you want Inazuma 11 videos, but you're not subscribing to the channel. Me and some other guys are in a race to 100k subs right now, and I want to really beat these guys. So if you guys want to help me out and you guys want more Inazuma 11 content, I need all of you guys to subscribe.
How far are we? 11 months ago. Bro is 175k. We do not know if bro won. I hope he did. I mean, this Warudo kid probably solos Goku, not gonna lie. I think they're playing Mario Strikers rules. That could actually be.
Subscribe right now. We skip over to a cutscene where Sue wants to run the ones with the coach for letting Byron injure himself, but they end up seeing the coach have an emergency meeting with none other than Xavier, the captain of Alias Academy. Ooh, I knew it. Someone get that dumb, ugly, raggedy hoe out of here. I never liked her anyways. I'm sick of her ass. I'm sick of that bitch. She was in the cahoots with the ops. I say we burn her at the altar tonight.
We tired of playing with your ass, nigga. Today your ass is gonna die, bitch.
EDP. This is the football equivalent of she's busy, bro. Literally. That is the That is the translation. There are no rules. Yep. This is the equivalent to she's busy, bro.
Say goodnight, motherfucker.
I apologize for my outburst, but this is crazy. I still remember seeing this as a kid, and when they revealed that she was Xavier's sister, bro, this character reveal was on par with when Reiner and Bertolt told Eren that they were Titans. I could have never seen this coming. 10-year-old me was perplexed. Me and the homies had to have a roundtable meeting to discuss the tomfoolery of last night's episode. Mark's homegirl snitched about the coach's business to the team, and they straight away hold an emergency meeting to decide whether they're gonna vote her out for being an imposter. I don't even think Ace Attorney can save the coach right now, bro. Like, even Jayoma can't get her out of this situation. Look at her face. I've seen this iconic anime hair slip 1,000 times before.
Yeah, she's just realizing I'm cooked. Hi, Bryson. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Did anyone pull out a weapon in this soccer game? Not yet, but their footballs have the power to, I don't know, explode.
She knows she's absolutely cooked. I say we feed her to the Kraken. Get her alien ass out of here. But right when they were about to get down to business, Mark steps in and defends her. So she says they gotta go to Mount Fuji because that's where the alien base is, and she'll explain everything there. And my first response would have been, hell nah. Why would I follow your freak ass anywhere after you just admitted to being Xavier's sister? That means you're part alien. And if you're not part alien, why would I let you take me to your base? Next thing you know, I'm gonna end up like them kids in the Promised Neverland. I'm good of that. I'm calling the FBI. I need you behind bars with P. Diddy. Fast forward and everyone gets to decide whether they want to follow the coach or just leave the team. We get some cool bonding moments between Sean and Axel where he explains his backstory to him, and Xavier pulls up on Mark and invites him to play a game against like his Genesis team on Mount Fuji. They hop in a minibus and make their way to the Alias Academy home ground, and upon arrival they pull up on this giant woolly alien spaceship, but once they get in, they get ambushed by football players.
This isn't right. This isn't just a Japan only threat. This is a national global threat, right? These are aliens with ships with the power to destroy the world, and nobody reacts. Nobody. Not a single other government reacts to this. Not even the Japanese government really reacts to it. It's just these kids. It's just these kids. It's just these kids. I mean, is the football at this point considered a weapon? I mean, yes. In the first season, they tried to off these kids. So at this point, yes.
Alien robots. Like, just look at this.
Wait.
This is why I always say thank you to ChatGPT, because when AI takes over and creates some nonsense like this, it's gonna remember that I was one of the chill ones. They pull up on this giant hologram who gives us an insane lore update.
That's why if you use ChatGPT, you always must say thank you. Because maybe it'll remember when it takes over this world, right? Maybe it's like, oh wait, this guy called always thanked me. You know, this is unrealistic because America didn't weaponize the football kids. True! They didn't create even their own football kids to weaponize them. You know, war, but with footballs. Wait, did Moses split the sea with a football in this universe? Interesting. I have a theory. How is the ball not even scratched at this point? By the way, literally everything in this anime has its defense buffed by 1,000. Huh, that's another question. What is the football made of?
Time I was making jokes about creating child soldiers, but this beanhead over here was actually trying to make child soldiers. And the craziest Attack on Titan level plot twist is that the things we've been calling aliens aren't even actually aliens, but they are regular kids who have been stat boosted by the power of the meteor that landed on Mount Fuji 5 years ago. What the actual hell is even going on anymore? This went from a sports anime to Code Geass, because why is bro using the power of some space meteor to create Captain America level super soldiers? Turns out this beanhead was actually the Aizen of the Inazuma 11 world, and he planned everything up until now and tricked the coach into thinking she was fighting against him. Whole time she was building up Raymond to be strong enough to play against Genesis so that he'd have like a worthy opponent to showcase their strength to the world. This is some messed up stuff, I won't even lie. I still don't like the coach, but she has become like, you know, a little bit more tolerable now, I guess. Raymond prepared for the game that decides the fate of...
What the fuck happened here? This went what? We have a Okay, the plot is just like crazy. I don't understand anything anymore.
The universe, like that Messi and Ronaldo Samsung advert, and it's still crazy to me that this random football sports anime has higher stakes than Fairy Tail. The game begins and they pass the ball to Uvo again. He goes for a shot, but Mark easily headers it away and they go on the counter, allowing Sue to take some sort of spiraling shot, but baby alien in net is locked all the way in. Even Axel's firestorm shot was stopped with some sort of more advanced version of Dwalin's wormhole.
What the? Yeah, powered by a meteor. Yeah, my ass. These kids are not just powered by a meteor. These kids are taking steroids, doping. Ref, red card.
Neon is really locked in, bro. It's like 2'6", but he really got that goal on lockdown right now. The aliens begin Naruto running on the counter and pass the ball to Xavier, who uses his meteor blade to shred through there.
Is that kid really is that chick really 14? I'm just asking.
Mugen the hand, and just like that, they are 1-0 down.
You can't just fucking quit. Remember this. This isn't a hobby. This isn't a fucking joke. It's a fucking lifestyle.
Axel and Mark try to do a fusion shot, but Kai Cenat's reality-bending vacuum seal is too strong to be breached. This matchup is basically Inazuma 11's power of friendship versus Genesis' egoist mentality. Inazuma 11 versus Blue Lock. The team is too weak defensively to stop Genesis from scoring and too weak offensively to score. And now, with these perfect conditions met, Sean Frost, my sensational icebender, is going through inner turmoil trying to make a comeback of the century. Sean steps up and asks if he can play in the game, and this right here was hype on par with Axel's return. I really felt like I was a part of the team during this moment. Getting to see Axel and Sean play together on the pitch is like getting to see Messi and Ronaldo, Mario and Sonic, LeBron and Jordan. Axel passes the ball to Sean with a fire tornado, and Sean turns into Aiden and takes the Eternal Blizzard shot that ends up being blocked. He runs onto defense though to try and like freeze Xavier, but Xavier uses literal Conqueror's Haki to...
Bro's aura is too powerful. How are they supposed to win this? There's got to be some power, friendship is magic type of bullshit coming up. There's no way. They're completely outclassed. Even if the other one joins in, there's no way. Nah.
Drop Sean. It was a sad sight to see. My goat was really washed. Xavier takes another meteor blade, and just when I was about to give up hope, the back line locks in. These guys really started cranking 90s all the way to a height limit and then jump down with an axe kick for maximum damage. Look at Xavier's face, bro is flabbergasted. They've evened the odds. Sean is having an...
They just straight up created the Tower of Babel out of bricks in the football game. Bro.
Eternal monologue, but Axel hits us with his signature move and blasts Fubuki with the ball, sending him flying. He basically tells bro to stop messing around and unlock his potential. He's reading a nonchalant dreadhead, the aura is off the charts. He receives the ball and it's like a veil has been lifted. He's like Akashi after being awakened. He's like Thorfinn after finding enlightenment. Sean Frost completes his metamorphosis and is guided to the path of acceptance. What a beautifully written character. Anytime I see this scene,
Bro is the honored one. Bro is the honored one. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
I just get so hyped. I genuinely think it might be top 5 moments in all of fiction. This is peak cinema. Sean jumps 10 feet in the air. His theme starts playing. He gets rid of the dusty scarf and finally rids himself of his self-imposed burden. Sean links up with Axel and goes straight for goal. He pulls out the red wolf from Elden Ring and takes the shot shredding through AJ Shibiel's pocket dimension.
Essentially, they are able to just not just create pocket dimensions, they're able to destroy pocket dimensions. Or break pocket dimensions. Bro, this is not football.
Man, I get goosebumps every single time. Everything about this is just perfect, bro. Like, and this is why he's my favorite character in the whole show. I could for real shed a tear right now. Sean Frost is literally me. I'm the ice striker of Hokkaido. And of course, it wouldn't be true power of friendship if seeing your friend surpass his limit didn't help you surpass yours. Because Darren tapped in, spends all his souls on upgrading Mugen the Hand to level 3, allowing him to stop Xavier's meteor blade. They pass the ball to Sean, who uses another Wolf Legend shot. And boy, just look at this, bro. Look at this keeper. Not even 5 minutes have passed and bro pulled a whole new move out his ass. We really gotta stop with these domain expand. Hold up, is that infinite void? Bro really used the 6 eyes and limitless technique to stop a single shot from reaching the back of the net. This is insanity. He passes the ball to Xavier, who lands in a Superman.
Time-space manipulation. These aren't kids. These are weapons of mass destruction. These kids are a threat to some. They might be stronger than some of the more popular anime characters, not gonna lie. I wonder if you power scale them, if they'd be like city block level. Like some JJK characters.
Pose, links up with Terahashi and Uvo again to do the Ginyu Force dance, proceeds to fly up 60 feet into the air and creates a literal supernova. Why, bro? Why? What's the point? Do you know what a supernova is? It is literally the collision of explosions of stars. This alone scales them to at least star level. I really think they can run the ones with Goku at this point. Look at Darren, bro. Like, I know that gotta hurt. Someone get Orihime or something. Mark is.
What are these? What are these nets made of? What are these nets made of? Okay, it would make sense that the nets here, right? That they would be more durable, okay? That would make sense, right? They probably train here, right? It makes sense, okay? Okay. But on any other regular football field, I have to question, what are these things made of?
Falling for all of Xavier's rage bait, and fam, someone check this grown man's age. Anytime I see him on the screen, this guy cannot be 14 years old. He's like 6'3", 250 pounds and has actual sideburns. When I was 14, I looked like Invader Zim. The second half begins and it's 2-1 to Genesis. Mark is back to his normal self and Raymond is playing like 2014 Spain tiki-taka football. They set up a Death Zone 2 and shred through Gojo's limitless technique to make it 2-2, and Mark wasted no time. He really started talking trash right away.
Maybe you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick, nigga.
Watching Xavier and Genesis break down over the concept of power of friendship is genuinely hilarious. Bro, it's like I trained against literal aliens. I'm using the power of a space meteorite. I have the destructive power to level an entire city and I'm shooting star level attacks. But you mean to tell me that this magical power of friendship nonsense is stronger than all of my perks? And just as he says that, Darren defies all logic and uses a smithing stone to level up his Mugen hand one more time. And you'd think that's it. All Raymond has to do now is score a couple more goals and they're good to... Hey, you guys go ahead and turn off the limiters. You mean to tell me this whole time these guys were playing with some type of limiter like...
What? Nah, limiters? Limiters? What could that be limiting? What do you mean limiters? They've been using time travel, dimensions, destroying dimensions, pocket dimensions, creating pocket dimensions, creating like planetary level threats, and now they're like, limiters? Limiters, okay.
Piccolo with his weighted clothing, surely they can't be that much faster, right? Oh nah, it's up. These guys are all moving like...
I don't think that just speed was limited, right? Probably power too. Yeah, it's over. Put the fries in the bag. It's over.
Rock Lee after he took off his weight and... wait, what? No way. Space penguins? Inazuma 11, the show where penguins always end up being one of the most powerful things known to man. I'm not even surprised anymore. I know them guys from Madagascar had something to do with this. Releasing their limiter has some type of drawback on their body similar to opening the 8 gates in Naruto, but this groomer literally doesn't care anymore. He's going to sacrifice his own adopted children all for the love of the game. Mark takes the ball forward and does a 1-2 with Jude. They try to pass the ball to Axel, but it gets intercepted with one of these studs up dangerous tackles, but just as...
Bro reminded me of so. Why did bro look like Sasori for a second? Or Bane? Bro looks like Bane. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Axel Boy gets intercepted.
Is that Bane? Is that Super Saiyan 4? What the fuck?
with one of these studs up dangerous tackles, but just as it seems to go out, my goat Sean does some hustle ball and gives it back to Axel, who hits us with the most powerful firestorm yet. The ball deflects off the keeper and Mark uses Jack as a literal launch pad, but Teruhashi jumps after them on some Dragon Ball Z timing. Mark headers the ball to my two kings Sean and Axel, and they hit us with their Gotenks fusion crossfire shot. This is sensational, this is beautiful, this is remarkable. Inazuma 11 is the best sports anime in the history of sports anime. I don't care what anyone says. The aliens start Naruto running.
I don't know about that if it is the best. Hajime no Ippo is probably up there. It's gonna be rough. Boxing's also a sport, so
and hit us with another smile and wave boy shot, but Darren for like the 17th time surpasses his limits and evolves Mugen the Hand again. This man must have an infinite amount of somber smithing stones or something. I know for a fact he watched Black Clover before playing this game. The ball is now literally glowing and and they start lacing it around like Prime Man City, straight tiki-taka football. No Jogo Benito, no egoist, no individualism. This is pure teamwork, and honestly I don't even know what's happening anymore. Just roll the clip. I thought I'd seen it all, but
who has a limiter? I need to question this. Who actually deactivated the limiters? Genuinely, who deactivated the limiters? These do not feel like they... Are you sure that the alien team deactivated the limiters?
Creating a miniature Earth just to win a game of soccer is bombastic, but 10-year-old me could not care less. Me and my brother were jubilating. We cooked for the whole day. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. Well, you can tell everybody. Well, you can tell everybody. This shit means something to me, man. Like 60 episodes.
Angelic voice, by the way. The shot itself is called The Earth, bro. That is hilarious. Oh, bro, that's hilarious and amazing. Wow. Wow.
12 new characters and 46 war crabs all built up to this. It's finally over. The crack-induced aliens have been defeated, Master Toad has taken his L, and the alias Meteor has been destroyed. See Gege, why can't you take a book out of Inazuma 11's page? What happened to happy endings in anime? Wait, hold up. What's that sound? What am I hearing, bro? Don't tell me. Is that a dark reunion? No way, this wannabe Orochimaru really summoned the Akatsuki.
Bro... The Akatsuki of football. What the heck? Who the fuck are you?
For a final battle. It's never truly over in Inazuma 11 and what? No way. Nathan, Kevin, Todd, even the hentai protagonist, they really pulled up on some Sasuke ghetto Majin Vegeta timing. I was genuinely so confused when this episode first came out. I thought this was some type of fan-made parody or something, or some type of Naruto filler episode. Turns out the old man wasn't the real I.
You reminded me of the ostrich episode. Oh no, not the ostrich episode. Nah, dude. You reminded me of the ninjutsu ostrich. I hate you.
But it was this guy all along. He basically betrayed his previous master and stole the meteorite from him so he could go back to Raymond and gaslight these kids with actual drugs. Like, look at their faces. These guys are tweaking off that Broly boost and they don't even know it. They end up challenging Raymond to a final game, and honestly, I'm still confused even now. If Genesis couldn't beat them, what makes this Skinwalker think these second-rate players are going to be able to win? The game begins and their entire team is talking mad crazy. But I can't lie, Nathan is out there doing flash steps and putting in work. Kevin comes face to face with Mark and he uses Flame Gravity strength and then speed blitz them both. Jack weighs like 300 pounds, throwing him 10 feet in the air like that is crazy. Sean has managed to stop Kevin, but they pull the ball back and Shadow uses a whole dark tornado to blow 3 of Raymond's players' backs out, literally. And look at this Diddy affiliate, bro.
Bro is having the time of his life. Bro is what the fuck? Also, at that point, it counts like 3 goals if you take 2 guys into the goal with the ball.
He's out here salivating watching literal children play football. How is he still walking free? I needed him in the deepest level of impel down. It's 1-0 and they pass the ball to Kevin, who's about to do a dragon clash, but Sean meets him at the ball and I really thought these guys were gonna split the sky like Kaido and Luffy. Kevin takes the shot and makes it 2-0. It's crazy out here. Raymond is really losing. Even the 2 NPCs from the early episodes are pulling out airbending cannons. Just look at the way it's moving towards Darren. They manage to stop them from scoring, but Nathan steals the ball and hold up. Is that the Naruto barrage? Bro is out here using real life shadow
clones? Shadow clones. Yeah, it's over.
Clones, bro. Some people try to tell me in the comment section that the techniques are only visual, but this man right here is playing 1-2s with his own shadow clones. The proof is irrefutable. This ain't no demon slayer. The second half starts 2-0. Nathan is really crashing out. Look at what he did to Hurley. Where's the referee, man? Like, this cannot be legal.
Hands? Ref? Where is the yellow card, the red card? They're beating each other's ass.
He hit Hurley with a John Jones elbow. Look at the ball. It's literally behind him. He had no reason to do this. Hurley takes a super long shot and Sean gets the rebound with his wolf shot, making it 2-1. The comeback is on. Sean and Axel lock in and go for another combination shot and make it 2-2. This is more like it. This should not be a close game at all. Raymond should be winning. But this is Inazuma 11. So Kevin, Max and Nathan go for a combination shot and it's literally the Dark Phoenix and it ends up shattering through Darren's Mugen.
These nobodies are just cooking.
And this is really Mickey Mouse. They for real use the FIFA 20 kickoff glitch to their advantage. I kind of feel like it's gotten to the point in this arc where the Inazuma 11 writers have just run out of power shots to use because they're creating nonsense like that triple boost. Like, what even is this? Darren gets injured trying to stop the Dark Phoenix and this brings back my glorious King Mark Evans to the goal. Mark's dedication is something that's always stuck with me through all of my life. I'll always persevere and continue to push through my goals regardless of what anyone else thinks. And when Mark pulls out that original hand of God, it's enough to make a grown man tear up. I'm getting goosebumps just rewatching this episode. Look at the way bro fell down. Inazuma 11 is not football. It's more than football. It's a lifestyle. They have the whole world cheering for them right now. And as someone who's played football at higher levels before, there's nothing more motivating than having a large group of people cheering you on. The amount of dope.
Wait a minute, huh? Did I see that correctly?
Have the whole world cheering for them right now. And as someone who's played football at higher levels before, there's nothing more motivating than having a large.
What is this? Why is this Slow King looking here? What? Why is Slow King here? What the fuck? Huh? That's weird. Sweet, it's even the first reaction. I truly missed nothing. Yeah.
Large group of people cheering you on. The amount of dopamine release could probably make me fight a silverback gorilla. They go for a final Dark Phoenix, but Mark pulls out the God hand, saves it, and from here onwards I actually got zero clue what's even going on anymore. Mark used some type of astral projection to project his thoughts into everyone's soul and change the weather completely. Fast forward, the diddler gets arrested, Nathan and the guys are all back to normal, and the iconic theme starts playing in the background. And what do they do at the end of this beautiful arc? They decide to finish the sensational game of football. Man, I'm deadass tearing up right now. And my god, Mark even got a kiss from one of his shorties.
Let's go! Let's go! We got Ember at the back as well. True! Let's go! Bro is winning. Bro is winning. Hi Zoom, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Bro is winning.
This is how you write a peak ending to an arc. Take notes, Choden Jump. You guys could learn a thing or two. I'm happy to say that the Alien arc is finally over. For real this time. I really want to cover another one of their openings, but the last time I did that, they really hit me with like 26 million copyright claims. Remember what I said. If you guys want a part 6, I need 10k likes on this video. And part 6 is gonna be...
Easy. Got 17.
The entirety of the Football Frontier International arc. That video is really gonna kill me, I already know. But hey, that's the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe. Let's push the 50k subs and join the...
That was amazing. That was great. That was something. Okay. This is getting more ridiculous every single time. This is genuinely getting more ridiculous. These kids are a threat to the universe. And I got no coffee anymore. No, I didn't get Frontier video. Sad. I'm disappointed. My day's ruined. Anyways, I should watch Inazuma 11 and play it and everything else. I should. I genuinely should. Most certainly. And I will. I need to find time to stream something. This eventually. Any game. Doesn't matter. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.